major issues related to the adolescents' health. For example, the smoking behavior. They tend to smoke earlier during their teenager, and also their alcohol consumptions.
We also know that fruit and vegetable intake and good dietary and exercise habits are poor in Indonesia at the moment. If we're going to get into preventing some of those later life diseases like heart disease, diabetes, strokes, those sorts of things, we need to start developing good nutrition and exercise habits early.
In their home medical degree, it's more to be like only teaching them how to see the patients from the disease only, not about combining the patients with the emotional, psychosocial conditions behind these medical problems.
When we try to get the GP communicate with the adolescents, it's really a new thing for them. They don't know how to approach the children and the adolescents. Basically, it's the communication skills.
The model that they use there is called the little doctor, who were trained by doctors and medical students. So those doctors and medical students also needed to be trained in how to address adolescents, and then they in turn worked with the school students to develop modules on how the school students could deliver that education to their peers. The objective of this study was to see whether we could train these little doctors in promoting healthy eating behaviours and health in general, and non-smoking as well. Starting with nutrition and smoking was a good place to start. It's not as sensitive, but mental health would be another really important one to now that we know how to do it and the impact of it. Mental health is the next important thing to tackle.
They say that when they're listening more, it's actually they can get more data, and then they approach the young generation with more appropriate points.
Some GPs, after they had the trainings with Lena and Mora, they also felt like, oh, this is what they had to know even before they're doing their practice right now.
They were challenging it as to how we can shift the attitudes of established doctors in the community. So I was very optimistic from that.
For the adolescent patients, the GPs can approach them more uniquely and see them as a unique individuals and develop a mutual relationship between the GPs and the patients. The patients can actually express more of their problems if they can talk about this with their doctors.
And the students are also surprised that doctors is not only try to make them heal from a certain illness, but actually a GP can talk a lot about how to form a healthier lifestyles. It's kind of a wonderful experience for both the doctors and also the students.